Okay, so you're here to check your answers for problems 10, 11, and 12, so let's get to that. So for problem 10, if you simplified it when you were done, you should have got 4 over n. For problem 11, you'll see that I couldn't even do this one in my head. I had to actually think it through. So we get g equals negative 8h. And for problem 12, we get g equals h divided by 2f plus 4h. So I'm assuming you guys probably had the most troubles with these three problems, but that's okay because we were working our way up and that's fine. So let's go over these problems. So again, I want to get m by itself, and there's a couple things happening to m. It's being multiplied by 3 and n, but we're also subtracting 8. So I want to get rid of the subtract 8 first by doing the opposite. So I'm adding 8 to both sides, and I know how to do math, so I know that this is actually 12. Okay, and now I can rearrange these letters, so I know that it's 3n times m, so I can kind of see more clearly what's happening. And I know that I'm multiplying by 3n, so I want to get rid of that, so I'm going to divide both sides by 3n. Cancel, cancel. We get m equals 12 over 3n, but 3 goes into 12, so I know this is actually 4 over n, and that's our answer for that problem. Take a look at the next problem. So again, I told you I couldn't even do this one in my head. I had to think it out a little bit more. So the first thing we do is we distribute this. So I get 3g, because 3 times g is 3g. And I get 6h equals 2g minus 2h. So I see I have my variable that I want by itself on both sides, so I need to get that on one side. So I subtract the smaller one to the other side, and I left with just 1g. So I didn't write the 1 there, but you can if you want to. And then I have 1g plus 6h equals negative 2h. I don't want this plus 6h here, so I need to get rid of it by doing the opposite. So subtract 6h from both sides. Here we get a negative 8h. Okay, now this last one, this one is a little bit tricky. You have to use some of the other skills that we've practiced. And the skill that I mean in particular is reverse distributive property. So I have these two terms and they both have the letter G in them, but I can't actually combine them because they don't have the same exact variable. So I'm seeing that this is really G times 2F and this is G times 4H. So if I use reverse distributive property, I know this is 2F plus 4H times G, right? Because if I distributed it back in, I'd get the same thing I started with. So when I do that, I can see like, oh, G is being multiplied by this whole thing. So if I want to get rid of this whole thing, I need to divide by this whole thing. So I do my division by the whole thing that's there, 2F plus 4H, and I do it to the other side. And this whole parentheses cancels, okay? And we're left with G equals H being divided by this whole thing, 2F plus 4H. Okay, you're all done with the guided practice. I hope that you feel ready for your reassessment.